Obviously, getting your greens in is good, but just juice and calling it a cleanse. I need everybody to be so for real. Touch grass. Let's talk about it because juice cleanses are not it.
Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Sisterhood Tea Party. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Stephanie. Grab your tea or beverage of choice and let's spill it all.
We're so excited to kick off April with a focus on health, wellness, and personal growth. So today's episode is all about wellness trends, specifically which ones are overrated and which ones are underrated. And plus, we'll be diving into the big debate of gym versus classes.
And we'll end with What's the Ick? Wellness Trend Edition. We've also got some listener submitted opinions to kind of sprinkle in throughout, so it's going to be a good one.
Yes. So before we dive into today's topic, let's kick things off with what's top of mind. Stephanie, what's been top of mind for you this week?
I've been thinking about a variety of different wellness trends that are just kind of like popping up, specifically cold plunging. Have you ever cold plunged?
So I've done the cold face plunging, but I've never done the full body one.
Oh, girl.
I want to, but I haven't gone anywhere and I don't have one here at the house.
Oh, I got you. So every time I get on social media, people are literally talking about it for recovery, inflammation, and mental clarity. One of my best friends swears by it. I mean, she goes literally every single day. And first of all, impressive. Second of all, I need to get over that mental block of jumping into freezing water. But I know the benefits are there. I know what it helps with, and I've read into it. I just need to get over it. It's truly mind over matter. And I feel like I'm going to have to sign up and try it again.
I need to, because what's interesting enough is I was in therapy a couple of years ago and I was dealing with really, really bad anxiety, and my therapist was teaching me ways to cope with it. One of the things she said was, as an extreme measure, if you try all these other things and if that's not working, go into your freezer and grab 2 ice cubes and just hold them in your hand. And what it does is if the cold shocks your body into coming back out of that panic attack anxiety mode. And so that's why I have done face plunges at home, especially when my anxiety is really high and I'm working on my skincare. And I've always wanted to do the cold plunges because it's the same concept, just helping get that anxiety out of your body. So I want to do that.
Oh, that's so interesting. I had no idea. I mean, I'm telling you, there's always a solution, but I've never done the face plunge, just where I put my face into, I'm assuming you're just putting your face into ice water.
Yes, I just fill a giant bowl with ice water and I let it sit, and then I just dip my face in for 15, 20 seconds, however long you really handle it, holding your breath, and then you come up. And I do it, I think I do short increments. Last time I did it 3 times. It's been a few months since I've done it, but
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. What about you though?
Yeah, I mean, top of mind for me is similar things. I love hearing about these trends. I want to try them all, obviously, but I also wonder how many of these are really necessary, because I can definitely be someone who gets sucked in on wanting to try them all. And so I've been trying to focus more on balance. I can't do everything, especially when these things are costly. And so I've been really wanting to try red light therapy for a while, and I've been thinking about getting one of those red light masks, but I also don't want to spend money on it. And so I'm trying to balance it with just focusing, focus on your other wellness stuff, and maybe later you can spend money on that. But right now you've got your skincare routine you're doing. You're really focused on your fitness and class pass stuff right now. Focus there. Don't feel the FOMO that you can get sucked into with these. And then eventually maybe I'll try that out.
Right. I feel like sometimes I need to just be de-influenced, because I see the ads for the red light therapy mask and all those things, and I want one. But what is it actually doing? I want to know, but also I can't justify the money right now. So yes, I totally agree with that. But you know what? We need to just get into it. Let's dive in to why we're here. Today's episode is going to be all about overrated or underrated wellness trends. And again, talking about the big debate, gym versus classes. So we're just going to dive right in.
Yes. Okay. Let's start with some overrated trends. What is your pick for an overrated trend?
Girl, juice cleanses. I laugh about it because I did them at one point. I remember when I moved to Dallas, I was in my skinny girl era, and that's what all the girls in Dallas were doing. I remember pulling up and buying literally a giant case of juices for the entire week. But I'm like, what? I mean, there's not a nutritionist that has said that these are actually helpful. It's way, way overhyped. Obviously, getting your greens in is good. Yes, eat your greens, but just juice and calling it a cleanse. I need everybody to be so for real. I need everybody to be so for real. Come back, touch grass. Let's talk about it because juice cleanses are not it.
Was this potentially one of our number one things that people sent in? Because I feel like we got so many responses about juice cleanses and it's so real.
We did. We got juice cleanse submitted on a variety of different platforms. That was the number one answer, juice cleanse. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're all on the same page, ladies.
Yes.
I think like similar to that, like honestly, anything with the word cleanse or anything with the word detox in it, like detox teas. I'm a big tea drinker and like I don't drink detox. Like what is that? Like at the end of the day, these detox teas, they're just laxatives, which are like not healthy. like you're just flushing your system in an unhealthy way. Like drink your water, eat your vegetables and your proteins, and you're going to be fine. You don't need to detox something out of your body. Like, just, it's terrible.
Yes, exactly. Our bodies do that already. We don't need to add anything to detox. Detox is some like fluff word that has been brought into the fitness industry to sell you into something to convince you, yes, you need to detox in order to lose weight and all that stuff. It's so overrated. And speaking of detox, one of our listeners said anything with the word detox is overrated. I agree. Anything with detox, teas, juices, food, it's all a scam. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a scam. So I really cannot disagree with that.
Yep. Another listener shared their overrated trend was obsessing over carbs. I hope we're past this, but like I know I'm probably on one corner of the internet that most of the world's not on. Like we're not over this. Like why are you obsessing over carbs? It's all about balance, like not cutting out entire food groups. Like it's balance. Carbs are not a bad thing. They give you energy. You need them.
Yes, you literally need them. And I never understood why they were so taboo. Ooh, no carbs, da da da. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I also think counting macros can be overrated for some. Now I'm going to preface this with saying that I used to count macros. What I'm saying is it can be very helpful for certain people, whatever they're going for, and counting, like tracking everything to a T. If they need that, I think go for it. However, it can be very stressful for many people. For me specifically, I used to count it to the T and it ended up being very overwhelming and very obsessive. I was to the point where I would go to a restaurant and I'm over here on my phone scrolling. Okay, I want to order this. What are the macros in this? Can I actually eat this? Is it going to fit for today? When I was doing that for every meal, even if it was my cheat day or cheat meal or whatever I was calling it at the time, I was like, oh, this isn't fun. In my opinion, I think trying to do intuitive eating gives you the freedom to eat what you want and add what you need. I don't think you should be eating with restrictions. Like, eat the things that you know that you need, nutrient dense foods. And if you want a little something on the side that's, fun, do that too.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about it.
I love how you mentioned intuitive eating because I think that's so real. Like it's hard to see it when you're off track and you're not taking care of yourself, but like when you are, you really do feel different when you are eating well. But I don't think you feel that if you're like tracking every little thing. Like then it's like it feels like more like a chore, but where if you're just like really more in tune to, wow, I'm feeling more awake today, I'm feeling stronger today, or like whatever, you're more motivated to even stick with something that's going to be good for you. And so 100% agree with everything you said. Well, let's give some love then to the underrated trends. For me, stretching. Ugh, I love to stretch. It is so simple, but so powerful, especially for those of us who like sit at a desk all day. Flexibility, injury prevention, mental clarity all come from just a few extra minutes of stretching. It's also, I will say, why I love yoga so much because it's a combination of strength and stretching. So love stretching.
It's so underrated and I know that I need to be better about it. When we're done, I'm going to just roll onto my floor and get some stretches in before I go to bed.
It's gonna feel so good.
I know. I'm very much looking forward to it. But I also feel another underrated trend is walking. I love my walk so much. People, I feel sometimes will overlook it because, oh, it's just a walk. But I feel like a simple walk can boost creativity, your mental clarity, and just overall mood. I know that in my normal workout routine, after I've done a gym session or whatever, and I just either hop on the treadmill if it's freezing outside, or I hop on the trail and I'm walking a couple miles, it does wonders for my day. It sets me up for success. And honestly, you can't beat the health benefits. I just feel getting your 10K if you can is so beneficial.
Yes, I love a hot girl walk. One of our one of our listeners wrote that they swear by moving their body in ways that feel good. And I do love that. Like, it's all about doing it for you, not following every trend out there. So if it's walking, if it's yoga, if it's Pilates, like if it's gym, like whatever it is, if you're moving your body in a way that feels good for you, like I'm all about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Another listener mentioned with a trend that red light therapy and infrared saunas are something people are seeing, but they're not really being fully appreciated for their benefits. I've done both of them. I've done red light therapy before. I've done infrared saunas. There are places like Sweat House and Restore that offer those. I think people should definitely try out once. I don't think it hurts to try it out one time.
Yeah. And then also, my favorite one is meditation. People think it's just sitting in silence, but it is a tool for mental wellness. And I will give a little plug. I use the app Insight Timer. I know there's a bunch of other ones out there, but Insight Timer I've used for honestly probably like 8 years now, maybe longer. I love it. It's a free version and a paid. And it doesn't have to be sitting in silence. You can do guided meditations and it's great. But even starting with just 5 minutes a day can work wonders.
Ooh, that's good to know. I've never used it. I need to use it. I need to try that.
Love it. It's so good. Now let's get into the big debate of the evening. Let's talk about gym versus classes. I'm so curious your perspective on this.
I've been thinking about this and I feel I'm about both. And I think at the end of the day, for me, it just depends on what I'm looking for and what I need at the time. So I feel like energy of the group, having an instructor, and the push that you get from everyone around you, there's nothing like it. Speaking from someone who's a group fitness instructor, I love it. I love the energy. I'm up there as the instructor and I see people in my classes. They're hyped, they're excited, they're wooing, they're cheering. I love that. And me turning around and being a member in a gym, in a group fitness setting where I'm surrounded by my friends and other people who are going through the workout like I am, and we're pushing each other and cheering each other on. You can't beat it. However, I do love a solid gym session. And that's part of the reason why I started to transition back into a traditional gym setting. You know, just me, my headphones, and a workout plan. Because way back in the day, and that's how I started. That's how I started my entire fitness journey. I was in the gym. It used to be called Mornings with Steph-O. The ones that know. And that was like way back in the Kansas days. But that's how we'd start. We'd go work out and like I would design this whole plan and we'd go through my workout that I designed. And they were so much fun. But like at the end of the day, like when it's you and your headphones in the gym, the weights, you can't really beat that kind of me time. So I'm really like, I'm split. It just depends on the day. What about you?
I am so with you. I think there's something about the community vibe in classes like cycling or yoga that just like makes you want to show up with more motivation. I go regularly to yoga. I've recently been trying to do more like Pilates and Legree style classes, but like the gym definitely has its perks too, especially if you like to like mix up your routine, like you were kind of saying with weights or cardio or machines. I will say I refuse to do a HIIT class like as a class format, those kinds of workouts or heavy weights kind of workouts. I need to do mine on my own because I need the like the headphones in and I need to just like be in me zone. But yoga, Pilates style, those kinds of stuff and cycling, love a class for. And so like I think it does depend. But right now I'm definitely in my class girl era.
I love it, especially when you have the flexibility of using ClassPass or Gym Pass or anything out there where it does allow you to mix and match your schedule. It's so nice to be in that. At the end of the day, like it does, depend on what you're looking for. So some people need the flexibility of the gym because of the hours. Like you go to work and you have a schedule and like class times don't work for you. You can just go to the gym whenever you can, right? But others do thrive in a structured class environment. And I've seen that firsthand being an instructor, but also being part of a regular group fitness setting too.
Yeah, and we did get a very mix of opinions also from our listeners, which makes sense. Like some prefer that solo vibe of the gym, and then others swore by the community aspects of classes. It's really about finding what works for you at the end of the day. So whether you're choosing the gym, classes, or a specific wellness trend, making sure it really aligns with your values, your goals, and it's okay to switch it up. Like what you said, you're like, I was doing classes and now I'm trying to kind of get back to the gym vibes. If you need a switch up, try the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. One listener mentioned their go-to is get better sleep is taking magnesium. And I'm like, oh, that's such a good point. I've heard a lot about those benefits. I've never tried it. I don't know if you've tried it or not, but They were like, after a long day and hitting the gym, that's kind of like what they go towards.
Yeah, for me, it's like I do the bedtime tea is I don't know if it has magnesium in it, but I haven't tried magnesium, but a lot of people do swear by it. And I think that that's where like wellness becomes an authentic and fulfilling part of your routine. So like whether it is hitting the gym, taking a walk, or incorporating something like contrast therapy, like you were saying with Sweat House, where you're doing like the hot and then the cold and things like that, like whatever that thing is, you have to figure out what's best for you.
Yes. Now we're going to transition to what's the ick wellness trend edition. So let's kick it off.
Okay, hit me with an ick for the wellness world. I like so we can like stay on theme. What is your ick right now?
Ugh, girl, the waist trainers. I don't even know why we still have them. I don't know. And again, let me just set the scene again. Okay. I can speak on this because I was on that bandwagon many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was a waist trainer girly. Okay. I bought the little corset thing and I was trying to suck it in. It is such a scam. It does not work. I've tried it. All it does is just squeeze your organs, and it's just icky for me to see people walking around with them for that purpose. Now, if you're using it, I don't know if it's a posture thing or if it's for medical reasons, I guess, but I don't really know that it is. Um, don't wear those. Don't do that.
Is it ever truly like I'm sorry, but if someone told me it was a medical reason, I'd be like, I don't think a doctor is prescribing something that's literally shifting and squeezing your
Right.
organs around. Sorry. No.
That's why I'm like, okay. I don't believe you, but that's fine.
Yeah, I will add for things that are like my ick, which have you seen those vibrating platforms that claim to help you lose weight? You literally stand on it and it just like and I'm
Yes. Why are they all over TikTok right now? Because every
yes!
other I'm scrolling and it's just like some woman like on her little I'm like, what is happening? Yes.
If you see those like old videos from like I don't even know, like maybe like the 50s or something, where they had those like bands that would like go around your body and they would just like shake your body. Like it reminds me of those. I'm like, if standing there and just getting like shaken made us fit, like we'd all be fit. Like that's so
Right.
real.
Right. So true. I feel like wellness is about feeling good, not all the crazy gimmicks and all the things they're trying to sell us out there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with that, it's time for our last drop of tea for the day. And we hope you enjoyed this fun and insightful episode on wellness trends, what's overrated, what's underrated, and how to really find what works for you.
Yes. Wellness is about feeling good in your own body, not just following every trend. So, again, y'all, thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Sisterhood Tea Party for more content. Until next time, stay well and keep living your best life.